It's April 18th, Easter Monday. It's about -5 this morning, so still below freezing, although it is supposed to go up to above freezing later today. So we'll lose some more snow today and over the course of the week. But for the moment, it's going to be a fairly white walk, I think. I hear a lot of geese somewhere. If you're wondering why you didn't see me over the weekend, I just decided to take the week off. Oh, there they go. Up there. I don't know where they're headed. Maybe they've given up on this whole migration thing. Heading south again. I suspect I'll have to watch out for ice this morning because of... Although the sidewalks have melted off pretty good, so hopefully that's not a problem. Anyway, yeah, I took the weekend off because it was Easter weekend and had other things to do, and I just took it off. So sue me. But I'm back. This is a Monday, so we'll go along the creek in some fashion. And they're everywhere. It's just like in the spring, this is the spring. In the fall, when I was watching them fly over. I'm sure they're just looking for something to eat. It's a bright sunny day at least. Now let's just make sure this is focused properly. I have been burned before thinking it has focused itself, and it hasn't. So let's see, writing, publishing-wise, what's new? Duotero, the novel by Brad C. Anderson that Shadowpaw Press Reprise has put out in a new edition, is now available on Amazon in both print and ebook. And it's slowly becoming available everywhere in ebook, and print will follow. I have some more hoops to jump through there, but getting there. And the other newest one from Shadowpaw Press Reprise, Stay, is in the process as well. The ebook is available on Amazon. This is the middle grade novel in verse by Catherine Lawrence, wonderful Saskatchewan poet. It's available in ebook on Amazon. They're taking longer than usual to review the print book. I'm not sure why. I think it's because they still have the print version from Coteau is being sold by a third party, so it shows up in their system, and they are, for some reason, I'm finding it not as easy as it should be to convince them I have the publishing rights, even though I sent them the signed contract between the two of us, but they'll get there. Stay should start showing up as an ebook in other venues shortly as well, and the print book, that's the non-Amazon outlets, for both Duotero and Stay, should be coming along shortly. I'm just waiting on their under review as well at Ingram Spark. Anyway, lots of behind the scenes pushing of stuff. The other thing I have to do this week is finalize the it's due tomorrow in Spring, the magazine of emerging writers here in Saskatchewan that I'm managing editor for this time around. Prose and managing editor. So all the pieces are edited. I have to go through and edit the bios. I'd kind of forgotten about that. So I'll be doing that today. And I also then have to come up with the final order of things. And I have to write an introduction. Gillian Harding Russell is the poetry editor, and she also has to write an introduction. Then it goes to layout, and then in June we'll have the launches, one in Regina and one in Saskatoon. I have no idea what it's like up here. A bit crunchy, but hopefully there's a dirt path if I walk over here. The creek is still moving along at a good pace. You can hear the water running out from under the creek, under the bridge. Just flock after flock going over. I think they must be heading out into the fields looking for something to eat. I'm probably a little annoyed that the lake is still frozen over. Now, I wonder what the flooding situation is further down the creek. Probably still flooded over by the Pasco Street Bridge. So that might influence exactly how I walk here. Crunch, crunch. But not muddy, so there's that at least. Really icy going that way, at least for part of that. Anyway, we'll stick to the usual path until we see what the situation is with the ice and water over in the Sherman Park. All right, let's take a look to the east of the relatively swiftly flowing Wascana Creek. And to the west, there's my shadow. Hello there. This path is probably pretty clear. First dog. We're able to set a good pace here anyway today. Mostly clear over on that side. I might walk back along the dike over there when I come back around. A lot of snow has melted since this last dump. They got more down in the southeast corner yesterday, at least they were supposed to. Another 10 or 15 centimeters down in my old and Estevan Way. And they got way more than we did from the blizzard last week, so lots of snow down there. Good for the farmers, that's what we always say here. Car just sitting there running, that always seems a little odd. Curl up there on the lamppost. Hi, Bunny. Fall and Waterfall Park. Hearing all these birds singing. Found a YouTube channel last night that's just 24/7 birds and squirrels. It's for your cat to watch. And sure enough, shot up, stared at it quite intently or at least watched it with interest for several minutes. He really likes videos of cats, but birds are pretty good too. And the squirrels seem to hold some interest. There's a warmth to the sun even when it's below freezing this time of year that you don't get in the dead of winter. So wintry though it looks like, the air has a indefinable springiness to it. So the sun on my left, my right, I can feel the warmth of it more than I would, say, January, when it wouldn't barely even be up yet, might not even be up yet. So I walked in the dark here a few times. Ball diamonds. Still not quite ready for play. Hello, Donovan. How cold is it today? It's -5 as I set out Celsius. So about -23 Fahrenheit. Warming up though, going to go to +3 later in the day. So it will be melty before long. There goes another flock of geese. Or skein. The road's still closed on the other side of Elphinstone. I don't know if that's because of the creek being high or because of some work they're doing down there. Because we'll find out. It was closed a week ago, and there were a couple of big blue things that look like they might be planning to bury in the road. So we'll go see if that's what's going on. Pasco Street Bridge was down to only one lane too. And while, yes, the water was high underneath it, it wasn't threatening the bridge itself, so I'm not sure what that was about. I think I'll take off my hat. It's getting so warm as I walk. The horseshoe pitch. over here. Pitches. I could join the Horseshoe Club. They're close to my house. Said I've never seen any. And once I saw somebody playing in a year of walking along here. Once have I actually seen somebody playing horseshoes. But there's a sign and a phone number and maybe a website for all I know. Is there a website on here? I should look, and I could look it up later. I don't really want to play horseshoes, but yeah, they do. Horseshoesask.ca right there. So if you want to check out horseshoes in Saskatchewan. Good morning. Let me get across the street, then I'll read that. Mariano. It is 8:32 a.m. We're on Central Standard Time year-round, or Mountain Daylight Time year-round, depending on how you want to look at it. So we don't change. Everybody changes around us, which causes problems. I've more than once had an interview where somebody said, "Oh, I'm waiting." I said, "Well, no, it's an hour from now," because they said they were on Central Standard Time. They're really on Central Daylight Time, or vice versa. Anyway, it's 8:30 a.m., a little after. Yeah, so there's something going on down there. This part of the road. There's no obvious reason why this road is closed. Unless it's closed at the far end, and maybe we'll see more as we get further up. We'll cross the bridge up here in a moment. Comes a jogger. You're usually a dog, at least one dog and at least one jogger. Today is no exception. There's those blue boxes that I thought they might be planning to bury, but they're still sitting there just like they were last week. As far as I can tell, nothing has changed on this street. That explains why it is closed. Whatever those blue things are, they were sitting there last week, and they're still sitting there. They have the Regina logo on them, one of the old ones actually. But airplane coming over. There it goes. Those things here or something. It doesn't look like anything except the road is still closed, and it's its entire length. So weird. All right, another bridge. Another look at the creek in both directions. First in the bright, sunny eastern direction. See, it's still quite high. And over here, to the left, the west, you can see the foam. Oh, there I am again. Hello. through the park. So the next question will be, what's it look like down there where it was flooded last week? Comes another dog and owner. You can see it is starting to melt. There's lots of bare grass showing. This part of it certainly isn't melted off. I don't know why so much of the path has melted off cleanly, and this is still quite. There's always a song stuck in my head, and today for some reason it's Putting on the Ritz, which I don't really know why. If I had a Ritz cracker for breakfast, that might have made sense. But there comes a baby instead of a dog. Morning. Yeah, it's if you're blue and you don't know where to go to, why don't you go where fashion sits? Putting on the Ritz. That one is stuck in my head. And everywhere. Putting on the Ritz. Dressed up like $1 million trooper. Trying hard to look like Gary Cooper, super duper. Come, let's mix where Rockefellers walk with sticks and umbrellas in their mitts. Putting on the Ritz. That one is very stuck in my head. Have you seen the Avenue with their noses in the air? No, have you seen the well-to-do? High hats, narrow collars, white spats, and lots of dollars, spending every dime for a wonderful time. Yep, that one, stuck in my head. Hopefully it's now stuck in your head too. If you know it, it probably is now. If you don't know it, probably not. It's an old song, Irving Berlin, but it was revived by, what was the name of the group? I want to say Falco. Is that right? In the 70s or 80s, because I remember listening to it in the darkroom at the Weyburn Review, which is when I heard most of my radio at the time. Since in those days you still had to develop film and print it on it using an enlarger and all that stuff, and you didn't have digital. So I spent a lot of time in my work week in the darkroom. When I left the review, I even bought their old enlarger and some darkroom equipment, thinking I would continue to do photography at home. But I did very little, even though I had a windowless bathroom that made a great darkroom. Digital came along, and there was never any reason for that again. Well, there's the creek. This was all flooded last time. Seems to be down a bit, so why it has snow and ice on it, but it's not flooded. You can see the creek is still quite high, but up here where I'm headed, it was over its banks last week. I don't think it is today. Nope, definitely down from what it was last week, because this was all flooded along here. Now it's just snowy and icy. Still not very nice to walk on, but not actually flooded per se. Up here's the very lowest point. See if the bet you it still is, because it's quite close to the water at the best of times. There you can see right there, last week the water had come up and through there and spread out on the park in this direction. They're doing something on the bridge, and I'm not sure what, because it's down to one lane. Yeah, it looks like it's still flooded down there. We can go down and come closer. See what it looks like. I know I'm not walking there though. Hello, ducks. Don't mind me. I'm just taking a look at the path under here. There you go. Doesn't look very enticing to walk through. That would be quite deep, actually, and very cold. So we're kind of leaving the creek at this point. Get up here on the sidewalk by the work trucks. Not that I see any work happening. So I don't know what they're planning to do here. A lot of trucks, no people. Maybe they're in the trailer having donuts or something. That over there, of course, as I always point out, is Saskatchewan Express in that old school, performing arts group and school. There. Now we turn the corner and we start heading home towards the rising sun. This sidewalk is not that great, actually. Be better. less snow over here than on the sidewalk in spots. And even where there is some here, it's very thin. Parking lot. Sidewalk still looks a bit of a nuisance over here, so maybe I'll carry on through the grass. I wore my boots, so I was prepared for a non-clear walk today. Hopefully by next Monday it's all melted again. And now here, nice. But I still think it's easier to walk over here than on that crunchy, beaten down stuff. Breaking a fresh trail here through the snow. I hear a helicopter. Looks like it thins out over here again. Oh, let's cut through here just to be different. Soccer field. Funny helicopter over there. Unlike the geese, it's probably not heading out to a farmer's field to feed. But you know, you never know. I don't know what wild helicopters survive on. Depends on whether it's a domestic helicopter or a wild helicopter. An African helicopter or a European helicopter. We watched Monty Python and the Holy Grail. I'd only seen bits of it. I'd never seen the whole thing, believe it or not. I knew all the jokes, but I'd never actually seen the whole thing. And I have. So this is the Bockwell Civic Arts Center over here. There's a small gallery in there, the Art Gallery of Regina, and a lot of rooms for and studios for art classes, that kind of thing. If you want to take art lessons, this is the place to come. I should take some. I was an editorial cartoonist for the Weyburn Review. Mediocre drawing, good ideas for the most part. Did that for years. They're all in the basement. I should start scanning them. And all my columns for the Weyburn Review are down there too. Turn it into a book that nobody would read, but Eddying Thoughts. 1980 to 1988. 40-year-old newspaper columns, weekly newspaper columns from a 20-something kid. Well, I wasn't a kid, but I was just in my 20s. I'm actually... Some of them would be completely pointless now because they're topical, but a lot of them were just humor. Might stand up pretty well. All right, so we will cross here. And we'll go down this side of the dike today, I think. It looked like it was mostly melted off. I could put it out through Shadowpaw Press Attic, which is my off imprint, the one for weird things. Nobody would buy it, nobody would read it, but it would be there. A permanent record. It would go on my permanent record, as they used to threaten you with in school. Well, not me personally, but we always heard that anyway. But there was some sort of permanent record that if you did something really bad, you'd have it on your permanent record. And that'd be the end of your life as a productive member of society. You chewed gum in 6th grade and stuck it on the underside of your seat. That's going on your permanent record. There's actually a bit of a weir down here, which is completely flooded over at the moment. Oof, oof, oof. There was a skating rink down there. Not anymore. woof woof. Oh, there's somebody walking a dog past a fenced dog, so it's generating all those barks over there. Quite a pleasant morning. Must be a couple of degrees warmer by now, pushing up towards freezing. Here comes a dog and a jogger, twofer. I guess we'll go up here and go down the steps. Nicely clear over here. Time. There was a snow sculpture here at one point. Long gone, obviously. With a squirrel on a post. Somewhere right along here. Someone had built it on the ice. Well, pretty icy down that way. Could just carry on around back to the bridge again, go home that way. Don't much like the looks of the steps there. I'll just carry on to the bridge. Such a pleasant, dry bit of gravel up here at the moment to walk on. Oh, that's that. Hi, Wendy. I know. Has anybody ever seen their permanent record? Sounds pretty suspicious to me. Secret police like. Trudeau's got a big filing cabinet full of everybody's permanent record. If he doesn't like you, the Mounties will come after you. That's only a little bit of a joke. We go down these steps, if they're clearer. They just came up them, so maybe they're better than the others. So I don't usually go down these, so that would be a little different anyway. Well, just switch hands here so I can hand on to the railing. It's slippery at the bottom there. lot of warmth in that sun now. So this, I've shown it from the other side, but this is the bowl where kids like to come and toboggan when there's more snow. Right now it's a little thin for that, but during the winter it's a very popular tobogganing spot. You can still see the evidence of the runs over there. Here, if I walk up Garnet Street, I can show you the old house I used to live in. I rarely walk up Garnet, so that'll be a change. Not this part of Garnet, anyway. So it's a mixture. There's still a lot of these little older houses. Many of them have been renovated. And there's some brand new ones. Some of the earliest really modern houses in this area were built up here just across from my old house. I rented it, I didn't own it. And you got these sort of ordinary but new ones as well. Not a particularly clear sidewalk. So these little ones, I think they're post First World War because mine was apparently built about 1918. And we'll pass it up here momentarily. A lot of these weren't built when I was here, but these two modern ones on that side were built already there when I moved into the neighborhood in the mid-90s, early 90s, I guess. So they were two of the earliest modern ones here. These ones are much newer than mine. And then this little stuccoed house here is where I first lived in this neighborhood, 2617 Garnet. There used to be a big bush on either side of the steps. They're gone, but they've clearly been renovated since I lived there, but that was my house. That one was still there, This is new since then. This one over here is a nice older one. That was my original street in this neighborhood. Hello, Elmer. Yes, nice bright sunny day. I'm working up a sweat. Just thought I'd share that with you. Yeah, I'd stretch that out a little bit. If I'd come down the first stairs I looked at, they would have been right down there. Just a couple of more blocks. This will take us by Henderson Terrace. The row house is built in 1913. I finally remember. So it is a fairly old neighborhood. The house is going back over 100 years for sure. Although, when I first moved here, there was nothing 100 years old, but there is now. Funny how that happens. Ow! Didn't quite duck low enough as I went by that tree. And this is where Leopold Crescent swings around. creating a very awkward intersection. Unfortunately, not a high traffic one. Let's get over to the sidewalk here. This big house, which I quite like the looks of. It's a new one. These are older ones then, as you get along here. And we just go up to the corner, over Italic, we go one more block and we're done. Certainly some ice here to watch out for in spots. Snowshoe Harry's changing color. He's browning. I walked on this side. I think it's probably clearer than the other because of more sunshine. But I want to go over here so I can be aimed at our traditional stop sign. Actually, this side was pretty clear anyway. Alrighty. There's the traditional stop sign. And I guess that's it for today. Thanks for walking with me. Bye for now.